Hellboi. How strong?
Hello there guys, and welcome back into yet another one with us review both. My name's Aaron, and it's really good to have you watching along for yet again another pre-workout review. No surprises here guys, we're going to keep it the normal and we're going to keep it 100% honest. As we move through this product, it is Monster Factory's Hellboi, and it's quite a new pre-workout on the market. Gotta say, nice standout packaging. Very unique, very menacing, shall we say. And is the pre-workout going to be similar as we go through taste, price, label and effects, guys? You know the drill. Is it going to be the next product you pick in? We love you joining us. Do subscribe, do like the video and do drop your comments below. It really does help us, guys. And yeah, let's not keep you waiting. Let's go. Rightio guys, that moves us into the first segment of these reviews. It's always the taste and the mixability, and it's probably the least important. You neck these pre-workouts and you get down the gym. But that being said, you know, here's a little selection here, and there's so many more pre-workouts out there. So yes, of course, taste does matter to some degree, especially when you can get absolutely banging pre-workouts that also taste very good. That is important to say. Nonetheless, let's get into it. So this pre-workout here, it comes in two different flavors. It comes in cherry bomb, and the one we have for today's review is the blueberry lemonade flavor, as you can see on the screen right now. So I'm not expecting much, you know. This is a clothing company primarily. We are seeing quite a few clothing companies coming out with their own products. They don't necessarily specialize in this sort of thing. This one's full of thermogenic ingredients. You know, I'm really not expecting much. That's the truth off the offset. But nonetheless, let's do it anyway. So a little scooper, guys, and you can take up to 2 of them for a 14-gram serving size. I can tell you just over flat gets you 7 times 2, 14. Very, very, very blue in colour, as you can see straight away. Does smell very blueberry-esque in the air, to be fair to it. With those thermogenic background smells, I can smell them. I can. Let's see. Let's do it. Yeah, very, very, very blue. Very blue, almost stain your shaker blue. Mixability actually looks really pretty good. Just a couple of white bits down the bottom there, but honestly, that's actually really quite good, gotta say. So let's see how blueberry lemonade goes down the hatch, hoping for goodies. It's not bad at all. It really does remind me strongly of Strepsils, the lemon flavour. There's not so much blueberry there, to be absolutely honest with you. The nearest thing to the blueberry is simply the colour, but definitely got a Strepsil-like taste. Now, personally speaking, I don't mind that. That's for USA guys out there watching, or anyone who doesn't have Strepsils where you come from. That's like a medicated sweet or lozenge that you take when you've got a cold. I like them. They got a bit of like a bitterness there, a bit of medicinal taste, I guess. But all in all, not bad. It does taste like that, liquefied. I'd be happy to give it a 7 out of 10. You know, it's definitely not worth your complaints. You're not going to mind just necking it back and getting down the gym. So, yeah, respectable start. 7 out of 10 on that mixability and taste front. So, into the price. Right, into the pricing segment of this product. How much is this going to be setting you guys back? Is it going to be breaking the bank? Is it worth it compared to everything else on the market? Where does it sit? So I can tell you, head on over to the link here. It's also going to be in the description on the Monster Factory website. They do actually do other supplements as well, guys. well worth looking out at. So I can tell you, £34.99 will get you this tub. Now, it is a 50 serving or 25 serving, depending on if you do 1 or 2 scoops. You know the drill here. We always do the maximum serving that the pre-workout gives you. So it's going to be 25 servings, realistically speaking, for the majority of you out there. And that comes in at £1.39 per the go. Now, we have a consistent pricing scale, which means it compares everything across the world. It literally puts all of these on that same scale, where a 5 out of 10 is bang average for a pre-workout today. This one slips in just slightly cheaper than average, in at a 5.5 out of 10. So it's a little bit better than an average product. We're hoping for a lot more than an average product as we move into the label and the effects though. Let's get into those. So that moves us into the label, guys, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash it up on the screen for you to see it right now. I'm going to be going through it at the 14 gram dosage, guys, the maximum, the 2 scoopage, because let's be realistic, the majority of us out there watching this review, you'll be doing that. That's the majority anyway. So we've got, starting us off at the top here, we've got L-citrulline at a nice 5 gram dosage for blood flow, nitric oxide production, and ultimately the pump. We've got L-carnitine, L-tartrate at a big dose of 2.5 grams. It's an amino acid that helps metabolize fat cells within the body, thus helping with fat loss. Do like to see it. And at that sort of dosage, guys, it can also give a euphoric high. That's what we're hoping for anyway. We've got N-acetyl-L-tyrosine at a very good dose again, 2 grams. Another amino acid, this time responsible for cognition and clarity and focus benefits. We do like to see it. L-taurine for hydration benefits, athletic performance, and electrolyte balance. We've got arginine, silicate, and inositol. In the trademark version, this will be called nitrosogene, aka arginine that just stays in the bloodstream longer, and also, again, like the citrulline above, helps with nitric oxide production and the pump. So we're hoping for good pumpies here. We've got citicoline, CDP-choline at 750 milligrams, which is a good dose again. It's going to work with the L-tyrosine for more cognitive and nootropic benefits. So looks like they're hitting a couple of different areas here, guys. We have a mento pump at a good dose, 250 milligrams, which in the name leads to pumps. Do not often see that ingredient. It's a good ingredient. It is a good one. Then we move down more into the stimulation side of things here and the fat burning side. So we've got caffeine anhydrous at a big dose, guys, 400 milligrams, probably about 100 milligrams more than an average pre-workout. Going to give you the energy and stimulation. We've got cocobuterol, theobromine cocoa extract, 150 milligrams. It's quite similar to theobromine in that it gives you an energy source, and it has been shown to help with fat loss as well, metabolizing those fat cells up. Burn, burn, baby. We have an unseen ingredient before. We have it in the Garcinia cambogia extract, aka HCA, 150 milligrams. Now that's been shown to help with athletic performance and endurance, but more so in its fat loss benefits, appetite suppression, and the prevention of fat storage in the body. So interesting. Like I say, cannot remember seeing that in a pre-workout before. We then have guarana seed extract, standardized to a 22% caffeine amount. I can tell you on the back, guys, just really quickly, it says per 2 scoops you get 426 milligrams of caffeine. So it's a high stimulation product, actually. Good stuff. Hordenine HCl at an 80 milligram dosage. Now, hordenine, primarily a fat burner from the barley extract, but it's also been shown to help with dopamine and serotonin levels within the brain, thus leading to potential mood elevation, which is what we like to see in our pre-workouts. We've got L-theanine at a 50 milligram dosage, which I do not think will scare off the L-theanine haters out there.
Here's what I found.
Oh, here we go. Siri wanted to get involved. But L-theanine is a blanket to these stimulants. You know, these fat burners, that high caffeine dosage in this product can come with jitters, and it can hit some people a bit too hard. L-theanine is kind of just a blanket to that. It's going to smooth it off and hopefully leave you with some longer lasting effects. And it's also been shown to help with cognition and clarity as well, which we like to see. Getting towards the end of the label, we now move into paradoxine, which is a grains of paradise extract, guys, for more fat burning, more metabolization of fat cells within the body, and it helps with blood sugar levels as well. So always going to take it on board. We've got bioperine for absorption of the product, 5 milligrams. You know, this amount of ingredients, you need to get it into the system, you know, ideally within 30 minutes of taking the product. So why not use some black pepper extract to get that done? We then move down into some little bits, the vitamins and minerals, nothing too exciting, health benefits, general bodily functions. The one that stands out to me is the niacin, a 50 milligram dosage, should I say, which is a hefty dose, guys. It's going to give a niacin flush, potentially, which is like a red tingling, almost beta-alanine type sensation as the pre-workout kicks in. So it might be something you instantaneously feel upon taking this product. So they're actually hitting everything. It's not just a simulation and fat burning product like I thought it would be. They've actually gone down the nootropics and pump element a lot more than I thought it would. So I'm excited. They're not really missing anything out in the product. It from a label standpoint, it looks pretty well rounded, and it actually looks pretty strong as well. So I'm definitely excited to see how it comes together. You should be too, because we're getting into the effects now. It's that main point, guys. It's the effects of Monster Factory Hellboi pre-workout. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this, I do like this marketing. It's unique. It stands out, doesn't it? Look. Angry monsters are always going to get us hyped for the gym. So, starting us off at the beginning, guys. We're going to go through the different elements we look for: energy, pump, focus, and a fourth one we get with this one is the fat burning side effects. So let's see how it did. Now, I've used it a few times. Wanted to make sure I get this right for you guys watching at home. Is it going to be the next product you pick up? Well, we blind test this stuff. And what do I mean by that? We don't heavily look at the label before taking the product. Obviously, we get a photo of it for our Instagram page for you guys to have a look at it before review. And I don't really take it in too much. I kind of forget about it by the time I'm around to actually using the product because we've got such a backlog. We've had this one a good few months now, so apologies to Monster Factory for taking so long to get him around to it. But I took the product each and every time, and I get a strong beta-alanine type feel. I'll be honest, I went back to the label and I was shocked to see there's no beta-alanine in there. But I know what's doing it. I do know. That niacin at that 50 milligram dosage gives you that flushing sensation. It's like a tingle, and it's like a red flush to the skin. It's quite strong from that side, guys. It gives a lot of blood flow to the surface of the skin, through the capillaries, and you do feel it. It feels like a tingly, numbing sensation, and it kind of gives me that hype. This was something that was very apparent with this pre-workout that stood out to me, was, you know, 10 to 15 minutes after taking the product, just sitting there browsing Instagram, browsing YouTube. I just wanted to go. I wanted to get down the gym. I wanted to start crushing it. So it gives me a very good sense of urgency. And you definitely feel things kicking in quite quick. Like quick compared to other pre-workouts on the market. So from that standpoint, it's good. It's something you need to be prepared to get cracking on. Because it does, like I say, it does give you that sense of urgency, and that tingle, I guess, amplifies that even more so. Now, what comes in after that or alongside that is definitely a wave of energy, guys. It's along the lines of the stronger pre-workouts, and no surprise, 426 milligrams of caffeine per serving. It's down the stronger end of the pre-workout realm when it concerns a caffeine hit. And it lasts a good 2 hours, 3 hours potentially, depending on what body part you're training. This is strong enough definitely to last no matter what body part you're training. For example, I did back on it. It lasts, guys. It really does. It gives you a lot of energy, a lot of focus. You're in the zone. You're crushing it. You don't ever feel like de-energized as such. But there is something definitely apparent with this pre-workout. It's a negative, positive. It really does depend on the spin you guys are looking for. It depends on your goals. Are you looking for this sort of thing? Are you looking for a fat burning element? All the rest of it. But I noticed towards the very end of each training time I used this, I felt a bit faint. That's the truth. I'm not sure. And I think I know why. All of those fat burning ingredients are attacking the blood sugar. So I do feel like I was having like a sugar crash. Like I was, you know, a bit down. Not down, that's the wrong word. But a bit like, Christ, I feel a bit faint. A bit... You know, you get those cold sweats coming in, a bit like, I need some sugar. I'm gonna go down here, but that's because it's burning through all those sugar reserves you've got, and it's making you train on your metabolized fat cells, guys. That's the way I see it. So it's arguably part of the story that this pre-workout is aiming to write anyway. So that comes with it. That's very apparent. Something else that is very apparent with this product is a sense of appetite suppression. Despite that, after training, I still was not hungry. So from a fat burning point of view, that would be what you'd want. You would want that appetite suppression. You know, it was a bit of a struggle. I had to get down a sugary drink just to get, you know, that sugar crash away from my system, because it was quite apparent. More so probably than any fat burner I've used before. I just felt faint. That's the truth. I was training hard, so I don't 100% put it down to this product, but each time I used it, I did feel that. That's part of the pre-workout though. And that really was towards the end of the session, you know, it was controllable. In terms of other fat burning effects that you normally get, I didn't really get any sweats as such. I didn't actually perspirate at all, really, any more than a normal non-thermogenic pre-workout. So, which surprised me, because some of those ingredients I've had before, and they do that. They kind of actually make you sweat a lot. On this product, personally, I did not sweat. So I like that. I don't like sweating in the gym. But if you're looking for that from a pre-workout, it didn't deliver in that sense. Something else it didn't do, it didn't make me excessively thirsty, which some fat burning thermogenic pre-workouts do. They make you very thirsty. I wasn't any thirstier than normal that I noticed each time I used it. And I also didn't urinate anymore. Again, that's quite a funny point, but a lot of these fat burning ingredients get things moving in the system. For some unknown reason, you kind of urinate more than normal on normal fat burners. But again, I didn't notice that specifically or particularly with this product. Pumps, good. Pumps, not amazing, just good. They were respectable. You do get a pump on with this stuff. I'll be honest, I did think I'd get a bit more of a pump on it because it's got quite a few pump ingredients, you know. Good dose L-citrulline, arginine silicate and a mento pump. I was expecting a little bit more from the pumps department, but it sufficed, guys. It did suffice. The strongest point of the product, as to be expected, was definitely the energy front. It's quite a boom, boom, boom in your face energy. It does make you train hard, guys. Focus actually was very good as well. I'd say the focus was the second best element, just behind the energy. I was dialed in each and every day I used it. What happens after your training session? I'd say it weans off nicely. You do have to force yourself to either eat or drink something sugary to try and get rid of that faintness that might be onset by the product. But it wears off quite nicely. I wouldn't say I crashed off nastily on this stuff. It just came down nicely and you kind of crack on with the rest of your day as normal, because it's just that one caffeine type rather than a prolonged sustained release decaffeine malate, for example. It wore off nice and quickly. Now, what would I give the pre-workout out of 10? I really enjoyed it. I would probably definitely give it an 8.5 out of 10. if it weren't for the faintness, personally speaking, I probably would have given it a 9. It's a good, solid pre-workout to try. So yeah, I do recommend it, guys. I can't say much more than that. It's more than I expected. I don't know why. Again, no offense, Monster Factory, for even saying that, but that's a good thing. It came together really nicely. I would use it again in the future for sure. And I do think if you're looking for a fat-burning pre-workout, this would be a very good choice. It's one of the better ones on the market, so, and not badly priced either, so well worth keeping in mind. Thank you, Monster Factory, for sending it down. Appreciate you guys at home watching. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. As always, stay stimmed and fat burning, and this will do it.